Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Donghua. This is Leo, and you're watching episode 8 of Flame Emperor series. Let's recap last episode before we dive in this episode. Last time, Xiao Yan and Yuru escaped the green-haired girl and arrived at the treacherous ice and snow mountains. The ruins there only had 3 safe entrances, and with a massive crowd gathered, they had to wait 3 days for them to open. Inside ruins, Yuru revealed her mission. She needed the crescent moon green fruit to unlock her family's inheritance. Her map led them to a lake with an island in the middle, supposedly where the fruit was located. Xiao Yan used his heavenly flame to shield them as they dove into the venomous lake. They fought off a terrifying python on the island, only to see a zombie-like man snatch all the fruits from a tree. Just as Xiao Yan was about to attack, Yuru stopped him, revealing those aren't the real fruits. And that's where today's episode begins. The real treasure's location. Yuru's words left Xiao Yan stunned. "I think the real crescent moon green fruit is still at the bottom of the lake," she explained. Xiao Yan's head started to spin. They had barely escaped the illusory demon python once. Going back into its territory was a terrifying thought. He asked his master for guidance. What should we do now? From within the storage ring, the Golden Dragon King advised, "Quickly, throw a drop of your blood towards the python." Without hesitation, Xiao Yan bit his finger and flicked a drop of blood at the massive beast. The python froze. It sensed the aura of the 9-colored heaven-swallowing python within Xiao Yan's blood, a powerful ancestor in the snake lineage. Among magical beasts, bloodline is everything. The python immediately calmed its anger and bowed its head in submission. Seeing his chance, Xiao Yan pointed down and commanded, "Take us to the crescent moon tree." The giant python struck its tail on the ground 3 times in agreement and slithered back into the lake. Wasting no time, Xiao Yan and Yuru followed it into the dark brown water. The world beneath the lake. As they descended, a large bubble exploded near Xiao Yan, but his heavenly flame barrier held strong against the rushing water. "Why is it so hot down here?" Xiao Yan wondered. "Is there another world at the bottom of this lake?" He instructed Yuru to wait at the surface while he and Little E reinforced the flame shield and continued the descent. "Be careful," Yuru's voice called after him. The deeper they went, the colder the water became. Xiao Yan channeled his Tao Qi into the heavenly flame, pushing back the immense pressure. He knew that if his flame barrier failed, he'd be frozen solid in an instant. The thought sent a shiver down his spine. Following the python, he finally reached the lake bed, where the pressure was immense. "Big fellow, let's speed this up," Xiao Yan urged. The python hissed and shot downwards like a torpedo. Xiao Yan knew his soul power was draining rapidly to maintain the barrier. He had to get out of the lake before it was depleted. Soon, they arrived in a small dead world, an independent space hidden within the magma. The illusory golden demon python, however, quickly retreated in fear. This place was clearly dangerous. With the ancient ruler on his back and Jinlong's soul form on his shoulder, Xiao Yan cautiously climbed a set of stairs. There, he found a slender tree bearing several fruits. "These must be the crescent moon green fruits," he said, quickly gathering them. "This isn't the most precious thing here," Jinlong noted. Xiao Yan felt it too. He continued climbing until he saw a pure white light glowing in the darkness. Inside the light was a beautiful pink flower. Jinlong's face lit up with excitement. "A colorful healing flower," he exclaimed. "This flower only blooms where the purest energy of heaven and earth gathers. It's said that if consumed properly, it can even grant immortality." Xiao Yan's heart filled with joy. He never expected to find such a treasure. The sealed flower. As Xiao Yan approached the flower, the temperature rose dramatically. He gritted his teeth and leaped into the white light. Surprisingly, the intense heat vanished, replaced by a warm, restorative glow. his depleted Du Qi began to recover rapidly. The flower had 7 crystal-clear petals on a jade-like stem. As his heavenly flame illuminated the area, he saw something horrifying. 7 dark chains, radiating an evil power, were bound to the flower's petals. It was the work of the evil alien race. The Golden Dragon King erupted in anger. "Damn it! If we hadn't come here, in 9 years, these chains would have absorbed the flower's power and created 7 powerful experts." He then said, "Xiao Yan, I need control of your body." Xiao Yan agreed without hesitation. An ancient primeval aura exploded from his body as the Golden Dragon King took over. He addressed the flower, promising to free it and deliver it to a true angel who could help it shine. The flower's petals trembled in response, unleashing a wave of white light to help break the chains. Jinlong performed a series of hand seals, forming a massive vortex. A fierce battle between the flower's white light and the chain's black energy ensued, but the black light slowly began to overpower the white. Just as Jinlong completed his final seal, the vortex expanded and unleashed a terrifying suction force, pulling the black light into it. The chains loosened and a figure materialized between them. "Golden Dragon King," it began, but the vortex swallowed it whole. With a series of cracks, the 7 chains shattered and were absorbed completely. Jinlong returned control to Xiao Yan. "Master, won't absorbing that evil power harm you?" Xiao Yan asked, concerned. "Don't worry," Jinlong replied. "I'll refine it first. I need to regain my strength. Now, let's take care of this flower." The colorful healing flower, now freed, was weak but beginning to regain its former glory. "Keep it with you," Jinlong instructed. "Your purifying demonic lotus flame and Little E's fire spirit will nourish it and help it recover faster." Xiao Yan placed the flower in his Tuoshe ancient god's ring, creating a path of heavenly flames to help it heal. With his mission accomplished, he rested for a moment before heading back to the surface. An unwelcome surprise. The scene shifts back to the lakeside, where Yaru has been captured by a bald man. "Hey, girl, you have very soft skin. Tell me where Xiao Yan is, or my hands might start to misbehave." Yaru had waited anxiously for Xiao Yan, and when he didn't return, she had bravely dived into the lake herself. However, she could only make it 1,000 meters down before her limits forced her back. Exhausted from the effort, she was easily captured by the bald man who was waiting for her at the surface. "I'm not telling you anything," she replied defiantly. Just then, a sharp sound cut through the air. Xiao Yan emerged from the lake, ancient ruler in hand. "Let her go," he commanded, his ruler radiating a violent energy. Having reached the peak of the initial stage of a 3-star Dudi, he was eager to test his strength against a middle-stage opponent. Muller's eyes lit up. "So you're the strong bodyguard," he taunted. "I came for the crescent moon green fruit too. Give it to me and you can have the girl back." Xiao Yan's eyes turned cold. "Let's see if you have the ability to take it." With a swift change of hand seals, he activated Skyfire 3 Mysterious Change, instantly boosting his strength to the middle stage of a 3-star Dudi. "A secret technique won't close the gap between us," Muller scoffed, as his dark golden aura flared as he charged forward with his spear. A fierce battle erupted on the lake's surface. Bang, bang, bang! The clash of ruler and spear sent massive waves across the water. In just a few seconds, they exchanged over a dozen blows. Muller's strange spear could sprout white hairs that formed a protective barrier, but Xiao Yan's ruler shot out beams of fire that kept him on the defensive. The advantage was slowly shifting to Xiao Yan. The battle had drawn a crowd and everyone could see that the end was near. Muller gathered his remaining aura for a final strike. "I admit you're strong," he said, "but your secret technique must be wearing off. It's time to end this." As Muller prepared his ultimate attack, Xiao Yan's eyes narrowed and his aura exploded with a powerful boom. And that's where we'll end it for today. What will happen next? We'll find out in the next episode. Let me know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Your feedback is what keeps this channel going. Until next time, this is Leo from English Donghua, signing off. Peace out.